What's up, guys? Welcome back to Breakout Trading. Today is Thursday, July 9th, and I'm going to be going over some trades I made today. So, the markets continue the chop. As you can see, this is the SPY here. The open here, 316, we have a huge flush, bit of a bottom, and then we basically just bounced all the way up. This is just kind of, the theme for the day here is just sideways choppy action. All of these charts you can see, these were all leading gappers that I had on watch. Um, a lot of them selling off today, being really fake outy. CLSK was really the only one that ran, but even CLSK was super sketch today. Not something you really want to be putting any sort of size or risk on. I missed a bit of a move when it broke the high of day, but that's okay. I am not complaining about not making bank in this market. A lot of the people that I see on social media and whatever other traders are losing money because they're just swinging for the fences like they were in June with all that momentum, and the momentum is just not there right now. So once again, don't go surfing if there's no waves. There's no point paddling your ass off for nothing. So ending the day green. I'm happy. I had a really decent trade on BGI, decent little scalp on CLSK. That wasn't much. I should have got back in, but God, it's just so hard to want to get into these things when you can just see the weakness right in front of you. It's so obvious that everything's weak, so it's hard. And then BGFV, I faked me out twice. Very weird action, so something that I should avoid next time. It was weird. I'll show it in this recap. So two greenish trades. This one doesn't count. So one green trade and then a bit of a fake out, two trades there. But still, maintaining those big winners and the small losers, and that's what's allowed me to have this is my fourth little green day in a row, and I'm kind of just surviving right now. Just learning, taking in information, improving, watching, but not really putting on any sort of big size or doing anything that involves a lot of risk. So anyways, we'll go over to the first one I had on watch, BGI. This is also the first trade I had today. Here you can see at 9:49. Just make sure my thing's not in the way. Right here, 9:49, I took a little scalp trade on BGI. So we'll zoom in here on the 1 minute. So this one was one of the leading gappers today, up on, so it is a jewelry company, and it was up on some sort of news here, some sort of, yeah, I don't know. Like I said, the news is not the biggest thing that matters. It's relative volume and momentum and stuff. So this trade was, let me just get rid of these trend lines. So originally this was the initial high of day here. This one was showing some good strength in the morning. It didn't sell off. It started to move up. And when it broke through this high here with this big blast of volume, I went long. I wanted to get long. So I waited. It came up. It pulled back right here. I used the time and sales and the level 2 to see where the support came in and where the buyers stepped in. And I was prepared to add some more if we retested this 159 level. I went in with 100 shares at 165 and then just sold the rip a little bit here at 173. And I could have held on to this longer, but I had to do some stuff. It was kind of an abrupt thing that I had to deal with in the morning. So kind of distracting, but also I was already out of the trade, so I just went and dealt with it and came back, and this thing kind of went without me a little bit more, but nothing crazy, I was looking for a possible re-entry here. Didn't really see anything I liked. Was looking to see if it bounced off this level and also bounce off the high of day at all, and like just no bid support whatsoever. So I pretty much stopped looking at that one after that. And you can also see that anytime we were below 150 here, we were below this daily high here. So anything below 150 signaled weakness to this stock. You can actually see we found support actually right there at 150, and then broke below. So yeah, that one was kind of a putsy out one. And then we didn't really take any more trades in the morning. Like literally nothing was popping. I'll start going over all the ones I had on watch list, and you can see what it looked like in the morning. So this is DSS in the morning here. BGFV, nothing, just sell off. INFI, sell off. DLPN, very, very choppy action. You know, like what is this? You know, it's very hard to trade this kind of stuff because there's no movement, there's no real structure, and there's pretty weak volume, not even a million share candle there. So that was pretty weak. AIHS, weak. CLSK, and CLSK was the only one. It was also weak in the morning though, kind of. That I feel like I could have capitalized a bit better on today, but that's all right. Anyways, so that was the BGI trade in the morning, then BGFV. So this one is a sporting goods company or stock, and they had really good Q2 sales. So that's basically why it started ripping pre-market. Really small volume, not that small, 20 million actually, but still rippable share. I mean, share float size. You know, a good size that can really rip. So I'll just remove all these trend lines here. So anyways, what I was watching for here was the trade line crossover VWAP. So you can see that after the morning session here, it kind of starts to put in, you know, a little bit of a bottom here, and then starts kind of creeping back upwards towards VWAP. So like right here, right? Just a nice bottom, and then I'm looking for this thing to get up to $3. That's where I was probably going to sell. And then here is the high of day here at 335. And if you notice on the daily chart here, if we managed to get above anything above 280, we had some decent room all the way up to 372. So anything over 280 was looking good. You can see that 280 lines up right there with VWAP. So I knew that if we blasted through this area, pullbacks would be really good. A pullback anywhere by 3, VWAP, 280, or the trade line would be all really good places to buy in. So I saw this. I also saw that we kind of started breaking through these two tops here, or 3 tops here. So there's the first resistance, 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 breakthrough. Also the volume starting to come in, so I start getting long here. Bought very small size, 25 shares, and I was going to add if this thing popped over $3 and add on any sort of pullback. But the weirdest thing happened. So it's creeping up to VWAP, and then just look at this hesitation. So right here I thought it was going to be a great trade, and then immediately we get rejected, and then we try again, get rejected again, try again, get rejected again from VWAP, and then at this point I was like, this thing should have broken out by now. It should have broken out on this candle here, and all this chop, there's something wrong, you know, like there's huge sellers or something. So I decided to get out right here when it came back down. Got out at exactly break even. So beautiful break even trade right there. In at 278, out at 278. Took a step back. It's like, and I was in this trade for like almost like 12 minutes too. Just like, yeah, like over 12 minutes, just waiting for this thing to break. 12 minutes to break out, and the tape was horrible. The volume never came in. So I sold there. Turned out to be a pretty good choice. The thing dropped, so that I thought that might have been it, like clear VWAP rejection. And then it comes back up for a second try. So I'm like, okay. I'm not gonna, you know, shy away from this just because I stopped out once. So I'm gonna try and get in again. Here, you can see it breaks out above this high too. So I'm like, all right, here we go this time. And then once again, just so weak. So I actually sell there again. What did I sell? Okay, so before I took that trade, I actually traded CLSK. But anyways, I got in at 289 and sold at 288 for a 1-cent loss. So that is such a good thing that I've learned, is those break-even stop-outs. Because look, I'm right. I'm able to read the tape and sense that the buyers are not rushing in. We even got the 3-minute trade line VWAP cross here, but no volume, no buying, and I ended up getting out there at break-even, whereas I could have rode this thing down all the way, right? Really beautiful here. Looking for that pop, not getting it, break even. Looking for that pop, not getting it, break even, stop out. So really awesome trading there. Putting myself in a scenario where I can capitalize if the move happens, and then pretty much coming off scot-free if it doesn't. I'm down 68 cents on the stock, and probably paid like $2 in commissions. So what? Yeah, I was down 268 on that one, or 223. So really, 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 really like that. Those break-even stops, they are a lifesaver. And then you can see that this thing just sold off for the rest of the day because it was indeed weak. So that was its chance right there to break out, and it failed. So really nice there, identifying the weakness and not paying the price at all for it. And then the last trade was CLSK, and this one I feel like I could have taken a bit more advantage of, but judging by the action on BG, FV, and everything else, like everything was just flat and selling off, so I was not confident at all in this thing's ability to rip whatsoever. So you can see here is the pre-market high and the initial high of day, and basically what happened here was this thing curls up. This is the setup that I was looking for to happen in BGFV, where it breaks over VWAP, you get that cross, and then you can see the nice upward surge in volume, and this thing starts pumping towards the initial high of day. So basically what this trade was I see it come up. This is lines, here's the initial high of day, big volume, breakout, and I'm just looking to buy the retest of that high of day and look for a move higher. So right here it flushes below the high of day, and I actually planned on adding a little bit to this just because I knew that the action today wasn't going to be clean. Like normally I would just go right for this level, but I knew it was probably going to dip down maybe towards this high or maybe towards this high, but I knew there'd be some sort of bounce, so if I scaled in really small at the start, I'd probably be able to add some more once it got down to that $4 area. But it didn't. It bounced down right there where I got in. So once again, being able to read that tape and see where all those bids pop up here on the level 2. Got in there and then just sold for like a 7-cent gain there with only 25 shares. And that netted me only 163. So could have added a bit more size there, but I was really looking for this thing to come down a bit more and give me a bit more room there. And then you can see once again just, you know, weird action, like pushing again there but failing, and then dropping back down, and then, you know, breaking way down but then recovering. So I guess that's where I could have got in more. That's exactly what my thesis was here, but it happened a bit later. But I just didn't trust anything today. It's so hard to trust this market when you can just see these things selling off so hard. And then what happened is we actually did end up curling back up here, breaking that high of day, coming up, having a nice retest there. So this was the new high of day here. We broke above, retested that. That would have been a nice entry, and then continued to push up. But still, like, nothing really opened up. You know, it's just that grindy, choppy action. No real big volume indicator, and then just a sell-off too. Like, holy crap! I didn't even notice that sell-off before doing this recap. Like, that is just how the market is right now. And into close. Wow, I didn't even notice that sell-off afterwards until I just did this recap. So yeah, guys, like, that's just the way it is right now. Like BGI, I'll go over these again. This one had a weird move at the end of the day. No volume, not even a million shares traded, and then sold off. So I couldn't trust that one. DSS sold off all day. BGFV, that's the one we got out on. It really looked like I wanted to rip here, but, you know, like, look at that pre-market pump and then just complete failure throughout the day. So what I noticed is a lot of the moves are happening pre-market. That's something. Lots of moves are happening pre-market, and then on the open they dump for small caps. I'm actually going to write that down. I think I did write that down, actually. So yeah, maybe possibly take some pre-market trades. You know, some of these have shares available to short, so maybe I could start thinking about some shorts for these ones. Yeah, these are all just leading gappers today, just completely failing. INFI. This one I actually thought about shorting. I don't know, I don't really have much experience shorting, so I think I should get my niche with these small cap longs first before I really get into that. One stock that really messed some people up today was NIO. So it had a huge sell-off day yesterday, right here as you can see, and then bounced up today, and a lot of people in the TTG I was with went short on NIO because it created a really clean looking ascending wedge here. Right, that pattern there. Ascending wedges break downwards. They're a bearish pattern, so you could see this thing started trapping all these shorts. Everyone's like, oh my gosh, you know, it's going to dump again like yesterday. And then, nope. Big recovery. Closed all the way up there at $15. Almost at the highs. Wow. So that was a bit of a trap some shorts and then rip on them action there. That's pretty nasty. Yeah, just a nasty, choppy market right now. So I'm very happy to just be treading water right now. $5 on the day, net, you know, whatever. It's not much. I'd like to at least be making like 20, 30 a day. That'd be cool. But this is patience right now. You just got to be patient and wait for those setups to come to you. Wait for that one stock to rip, you know, 400% in the day, and all the momentum is going to come back. Yeah, the majority of front side moves are happening pre-market. Then on the bell, everything just dumps. So maybe I'll try and take a pre-market trade. But yeah, that's something to pay attention to for sure. Just going through my journal here, I always write down everything I do during the day and then read it back. I fill up a whole one of these little books. They're called fat little notepads. I fill it up and then I go and read it one day when it's full. Yeah, one other thing is I think I need to, so obviously I'm still learning my niche sort of with small caps, long bias small cap trading, but I think I need to learn to trade some other stuff so that when the small caps are slow like this, I have some other way to make profit other than just sitting here treading water. So that's another thing, is I gotta maybe learn some options or something, or go over to some more large cap stocks so that I can make money too when small caps are dry. But anyways, that's it today. Basically pretty boring. Not the most exciting recap. What can you do though? You know, I don't control the market, so like my saying goes, when there's no waves, don't go surfing. So that's it, guys. Back tomorrow for the last trading day of the week. Adios.